I got offered a very big movie role, like before the pandemic started. But they literally like, we need you to gain like 100 pounds.
Is this true?
Yeah. And then the pandemic happened. Everything got shut down. The movie never got made. I
Young
just got
Santa?
fucked.
What was it?
Precious 2.
Based on a book by Sapphire.
Dude, were you supposed to... Was Brendan
totally
Fraser...
lied, dude.
Oh, really?
Here? What? Am I crowding your space?
You fucking bumping the desk.
What, my hand on your thighs?
Jesus.
Just make sure I don't look fat, please. If I look fat, it's gonna be a nightmare.
We'll take it down if you look fat.
I forgot to tell you, we do CGI on this podcast.
Yeah. We're gonna like put your head on top of, I guess your old body.
Is it possible to turn my headphones up a little?
Yeah, can we turn Lev's up as well?
Ian.
How's that sound? You guys talk?
Hello,
check.
test. How's it sounding?
I would even
This
give it a
is,
little more.
A little more juice?
Yeah.
How we doing?
Check.
Checkity check.
That's better.
All right.
Good?
Good?
All good?
Yeah.
Feeling
Your
good,
heads-
Lev?
Are we recording?
All right, great. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Rough Week Podcast. Thank you for joining us. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. Thanks for coming. Like the video, subscribe. You know the whole deal. Leave us a rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the whole 9.
Yep.
If you're old to the podcast, shout out to the Weaklings.
Shouts out to the Weaklings.
We love you, baby. Thank
Love
you for
you so
joining
much.
us again. Dude, you're going to be happy you joined us so early. Like I said, it's like getting in on Bitcoin in 2013, dude. It's like getting in on GameStop before it spiked and plummeted.
AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, the whole.
This is the best investment you've ever made.
Yes.
Of course, this is Luke Toomey you're hearing if you're listening to the audio. And I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, the man with the ruby red locks, the invincible intel himself. The
What's
ladies
up,
love
y'all?
him.
What's
the
up,
fellas
y'all?
love him more.
What's up,
Christoph
y'all?
Jean, everybody. And we have a wonderful guest in the building. I guess I think you guys are going to be fucking psyched about. A guy we love, Lev Fer, everybody.
Oh, I thought you were going to intro somebody else.
No.
Nah, dude, we know about you, dude.
Yeah,
the
no.
Weaklings know about you.
I think they're going to be psyched you're on.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
No,
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
a good trio.
Yeah,
dude.
we've had bigger people on and they won't get that psyched. And then when we have like I guarantee with you or like a Miko or like Mike Cannon, they're like, yes!
They're like, my dude.
Well, it's great to be among royalty. Really in a hot class. We're doing so well financially, the
Yes.
three of us. We're squatting together in an apartment.
You're living at gas. You're just living in the.
You guys are great. This is a great show. You guys are funny guys.
Thanks,
dude.
All the things you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
You didn't have to
Patronize
come.
us more, dude.
Yeah,
I love being
we love
patronized. I love being pandered to, dude.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too, dude. It makes me feel good about
Being
myself.
pandered to is the best.
Yeah, why are people against that?
Yeah, no.
Luke, you look handsome today.
Thanks. See, that's all I needed.
Yeah, dude.
Whether it's true or not.
You know who probably looks handsome today? The troops.
There we go. That's some A+ pandering.
Dude, I opened for this guy once in Florida at the Villages. Do you know the Villages?
No.
It's an old people community. Like they
Yeah.
They have one of the highest STD rates in the country.
Oh, shit.
And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. They
basically
get down and dirty in the
It's a
Villages.
community of literally 150,000 senior citizens.
Yep.
They have like 100 holes of golf there.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
and there's
it's
three
lit.
little
It's
town centers.
fucking kind of lit, though.
Dude, I went there.
It's kind of lit as hell.
We shot a
sounds
YouTube
fun.
video there, and I went there expecting it to be like a freak show. I was like, no, this would be so sick to live
Yeah,
here.
if you were 65 and you just lived basically in the woods, but with golf and like
It's like
fake
college
towns.
for old people.
That's exactly
exactly
what
what
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
what they call it.
That's
It's
sick.
college
Yeah.
for old people.
Yeah. My mom was like, how was it? Was it crazy? I'm like, you would unironically love
You would love it. Yeah.
would
It's like
actually-
we're talking shuffleboard, we're talking golf, we're
Yeah.
talking Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
Playing all day at the movie theater. Everything you want.
Pledge
It's
of
like-
Allegiance in the morning.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Sure.
Everyone walks out onto their lawn at 7 in the morning and just like
All rise.
Dude, we had interviewed a couple of people there, and these old people were like, I've lost 30 pounds since I moved here. Because all they do is golf and hang out with their friends and play like
Fuck.
pickleball and water volleyball.
Wow.
Like they just do activities all day. So they're all, it's like ripped old people that are fully queued out.
yeah.
My weight loss strategy. Move to the villages.
Yes.
Get a bunch of old forms of chlamydia.
Yeah, dude. You're just spiking volleyballs in the pool against Gladys.
Yeah, just smoking these 9-year-olds like in wheelchairs and shit. I'm like, you guys didn't come to play today, huh?
Just you dye your hair gray, you're acing people in pickleball.
That'd be
I'd
awesome.
still be the unhealthiest guy there. The doctor's like, your vitals are fucking terrible.
Lev. I mean, even for an 80-year-old man, we got to do something about this.
But so you're
Yeah.
doing the show there?
I'm doing a show there, and there's this dude. He was headlining. I don't even remember his name. It was so long ago, but I would say his name. But it was he goes up and he was like, yeah, back in the armed forces. Like, that's how he opens. He opens on the armed forces, and they're like, yeah. And he goes,
Which is the olden way of saying that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're going to say back in the military.
in the
Yeah.
armed
Like,
forces.
Back in the armed forces.
Yeah, like it's a battalion. No, he goes, the armed forces, and then immediately after that, he goes, I joined after my mother died. Oh,
just like
She
not
lived
giving
right
them-
here in the villages. You're like, fuck, we can die here?
Yeah, dude, she took a pickleball to the temple.
That fat 80-year-old clocked her in volleyball.
dude, she choked on fucking Eugene's cock. Brutal case, the worst case of syphilis the village has ever seen. Yeah, and then he does that, and then he goes, she always wanted me to follow my dreams.
Oh, my God.
I know that she's looking
You opened
down.
for me?
Yeah.
This guy's act is killer.
Yeah, he's so funny. Lev used to serve what 2 tours of what? Bath and Body Works? Where the fuck did you tour?
Back in the service.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever play like a VFW?
No,
Yes, I have.
You
I don't
have,
think so.
right?
I don't
For
think
sure.
so, no.
Oh, my God.
Big in Boston.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I went
VFWs.
to like open mic years. I went to one here, and there was like 4 people in there, and they're like, "This is a clean mic, don't curse." There's literally 4. The guys that were there for the show were like 4 dudes in the military who were in Vietnam, and were like, literally screaming at the bar, like, "Agent Orange is eating my fucking ass." Like, it was like I realized there's no like heroism in war. They were like, "Dude, my life sucks."
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
of course. Dude, non-vets, they're
Yeah.
fucking brutal, dude. They got fucking owned.
yeah.
They got rocked, dude. They got owned.
They got fucking dunked on.
Dude, they got fucking
It says in a
crossed up
history
by the...
textbook.
Dude, the Viet Cong are pulling up from 30.
Yeah, no, between the Viet Cong and then the United States government really
Yeah.
just fucked them in the ass. And the entire population of America. They got triple teamed, dude. They got like, this war is stupid. There's no reason from America. And they had to be there and die. And when they came home, they were like, you're not getting any like money or something. What the hell?
Dude, one of the artists I've ever laughed. One of my buddies dresses really terribly, like old, like gross sweaters and weird, like neon hats. And my other friend said, "Why do you dress like a Vietnam War vet?" I was like, "That's such a brutal diss."
Yeah, he's like Lieutenant Dan, dude.
A sweater someone gave you, and then just the most standout hat.
Yeah.
That's the outfit.
Yeah.
No, they always say don't curse in those rooms, and
Yeah.
if you do, they love
They
it.
love
They
you.
love it,
They're
of
old
course.
drunks.
Yeah.
No, I've never had an old crowd who was against cursing. The only thing, it's like you can't be like dark. You can be edgy and gross, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
love that. Do your dick material, pussy material, jizz, farts, piss, shit. You know,
Yeah.
they love that. But if you're like, my friend killed himself, they're like, oh my god.
Yeah, they like race stuff and sex stuff. They
Race
don't
and
like
sex.
depression.
Nothing
suicide
morbid-y, nothing dark. Nothing
I was doing prop comedy at the time, and they hated my flashbang grenade.
for the Vietnam vets.
Shout out the troops.
stuff. Shout out to the troops,
Yeah,
dude.
you were doing that offensive character you used to do. You used to do what was
It's me.
I'm back for you, motherfucker! I found a VFW!
I just pop out of a hole in the ground.
You have a musket and a rice patty hat. I'm going to get you!
Flashback, motherfucker. That's probably the worst act you could do at a Vietnam.
They might love it. If you made it like, I'm a dumb guy! You know?
I really lost the war, but I pretend I don't. So you really got to milk it.
No, they'll be like, fuck that guy. I met him.
It's just like you just get shot at the end of the set. Killed.
Yeah, it's just like a Nick Nolte character in the background. He's like, wait. Just shoots you in the back of the head. I got him out, man.
Is Nick Nolte still alive?
Yeah,
I'm going to say
he's
yeah.
still kicking.
He's great.
He was great.
Man. He was great.
He was the man.
I'd love
Dude,
to think
he's still alive.
He seems
How
like
is
a-
that possible?
He seems like he'd be a dead guy.
He seems like he's in a war right now.
He's 82.
There's some old guys that party their whole lives and they just stick
They
it
just
out to like
live.
90. Like Keith Richards is still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith
That's
Richards.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed that?
How old is Keith? He's probably similarly aged in his 80s.
I think
He's still
he's-
playing.
Dude, imagine if, like,
79.
20 years ago you told someone Nick Nolte's going to outlive Kobe Bryant. They'd be like, what are you talking about?
That's wild.
Man, I just miss Kobe every day.
Yeah. There's a reason I never get on a helicopter.
Yeah, no sense denying.
Unless it's to shoot down some Viet Cong. Some type of helicopter I'll get.
You're telling me he was in a helicopter and he wasn't even shooting at no fucking Japs? It's a waste of a helicopter.
Oh, the helicopter went down. The Kong must have got him. Charlie got him.
I'm trying to remember what he's like. Even raspier. He's like, he
Yeah,
sounds
you're
fucking
right.
Well, he's
crazy.
in that movie. He's in that movie Warrior, where he plays basically himself.
Yeah.
which is just like a psychotic old.
He didn't know he
drunk.
was in a movie. They just woke him up drunk in his, in his apartment. He's like, "Get to the boat!"
Dude, I was watching it and I was like, he's incredible in this movie. But
Oh,
then,
yeah.
like, 20 minutes in, I'm like, he's just being him.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
Plays
not
the
really
same
like
character.
an acting.
I mean,
He thought they were
him
shooting a
and-
vlog.
Yeah, look up Nick Nolte Warrior. I mean, I don't know this movie. Is this new?
No, this is a classic, man. You
Oh,
haven't seen
Warrior's
this?
amazing.
I've never seen it.
It's great.
I want you to see it. Well, It's
Okay.
great.
Yeah, don't play it because it'll be like some copyright.
Tom
Yeah,
Hardy.
yeah.
Dude, but I just remember him in Tropic Thunder because he has the hook hands.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
fucking great.
This one, he plays Tom Hardy's a fighter, so is his brother, and they end up having to compete against each other. And he's their
Yes, I've heard of
elderly
this.
drunk dad.
Okay, and then is his brother Christian Bale?
No, his brother's Josh Edgerton. Right? Is that
Oh,
what's his
I
name?
have no idea. What's the
Joel
one with-
Edgerton.
there's
Joel
one with
Edgerton.
Christian Bale where he's like a fucking drunk or something and a fighter.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Joel Edgerton.
What? You talk about the one with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that's the fighter.
Yeah,
The fighter. I mixed
Yeah.
them up. I mixed them up.
He's a
yeah.
crackhead.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
That was a
seems
real
cool as
guy.
hell.
That was based on a real dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, Dickie Ward. Mickey and Dickie Ward.
Oh, Mickey and Dickie?
Those are the names.
Yeah.
Mickey and Dickie Ward. Lowell, Massachusetts.
They're real Boston, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
And-
yeah, fucking smoking crackhead.
Yeah, dude. And Bale
Get
plays
wired.
such a good Boston junkie. Like,
Bale
there's,
does?
There's like a type of Boston junkie. Ian knows. It's like pale, kind of
Yeah.
like peeled out and crazy with
Yeah.
a gross voice, like, drinking an extra large Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Still has a lot to tell you.
Yeah,
Mickey
he
and Dickie
played the guy on the
Ward.
left. He's the most jack crackhead you've ever seen.
I mean, dude, we were talking about this last week, but crackheads fucking, they get to it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're a
I've seen some,
sinewy bunch.
they're active.
Yeah, it's so funny. He's like,
God, Christian Bale's so much better looking than
I
him.
know, it's not even close.
What a nice person to have play you. Who would you want to play you in a biopic, Lev?
Ooh, that is a good question. Man, who would play me? That's very tough. It'd have to be like somebody who has like a Marlon Brando phase where they just like they just fully let go. It has to be like a Bale type who's willing to rapidly transform.
Yeah,
for a movie.
he has to basically be Bale. I think Bale would be a good choice.
Bale would be a good choice
Because
for
he
the
could
Lev
go
biopic.
at every size and every. You know.
I think the problem is he just like looks too Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder who it would be.
No, he would nail you.
I feel like Bale could play you.
No, he would have to be like Ilsa Fisher or something.
Who's ill sufficient?
She's just a redheaded woman.
Is it ill sufficient? Was she
You
a
know
redheaded
Reba?
rapper?
Yeah, Reba's a good one.
podcaster who works 2 jobs.
Dude, Brando is the fucking man. Have you
Yeah,
ever
Brando's
watched
great.
his
Oh,
interviews?
Brando's dope.
I was actually watching, I saw like YouTube clips of his like documentary or something about like his son-in-law being like murdered or something like
Really?
that. Like, yeah, there was some weird thing where he was like holed up in his Hollywood mansion with his like drug addict son, his daughter, and her husband. And then the drug addict son killed his sister's husband because she was getting beat on.
Wow.
Yeah.
For a
That's
good
surreal.
reason or no?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
They never put that in the story. You know?
Yeah, what did she say? Really,
They
what
never
did she
mentioned
say?
what she said. It was probably like, "Oh, my dad's Brando."
He Brando had this like basically towards the end of his career when he like didn't give a fuck anymore. He like put on an acting class. It was like a private class, and it was like a 5-part thing or something like that, right?
Yeah.
On the first day, and it's all these like hopefuls and like rich kids and like a couple like
Yeah.
actors who made it. And he apparently just walked in like, and he was like fat as fuck at the time. He was wearing like fishnets and corset, like full like
Crazy shit.
hot slut getup on his body, and he like stormed out on stage and he just like did this character for like a second, and then just got off and then left.
Yeah.
And like he was like, the lesson was like, don't be afraid to show your whole ass in acting. Like, just and that was it. He's just like trolling, but he's like saying like,
That's
show
so
every part
funny.
of you. You know what I mean?
It's like, all right, that's lesson 1.
Yeah, and it's like I still don't know. Like, is he a genius or was he just like making fun of rich kids? Like,
That's so
None
funny.
of
He's
this stuff is like.
He's like, I gotta suck cock to show these kids what's up. It's like, Marlon, you really
I'm ducking cock.
yeah, like look at this. He
Show my
picked a
fucking
homeless guy out of a
balls.
dumpster, brought him into the lessons.
had the students strip naked in front of the entire cast. Girls were shaking like, what the fuck am I doing here? But Brando had a reason for it. He always had a reason. I love how that's like pre-Me Too.
Oh,
they were
yeah.
like, he was just a mad genius. Like he's like, all the women pull your tits out.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone's
can you
like,
imagine
his
a-
methods were unusual.
He's like, you see, I have a reason for it. And we're like,
Yeah,
what's the reason? He's
I
like,
know.
I'm fucking horny.
Just bloated.
It was a horrible Brando.
That was a
I don't know
pretty
what
good
he
Brando.
sounds like. Normal
Brando.
Brando. I would only just do Godfather Brando.
Oh my god, that's Jesus.
I mean, he's gnarly.
brutal.
Yeah, that's honestly who'd have to play me.
Brando's a pretty good person. Yeah, Brando's a good choice.
Yeah.
I mean, he would. Yeah.
He was so beautiful, man. I have like I'm kind of fascinated by his
He's a
life.
hot guy.
He like fucked everyone, like every dude in Hollywood and like every chick. He was out.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
This
Christ.
is a parody.
Oh, God. That fucking scared the shit out of me. That was horrible. I'm not showing that to anybody.
You were so scared.
Yucky. That was worse than that Asian guy's asshole.
Yeah, Mark Agnon made us look at an Asian guy's
Have you
asshole.
seen the Asian guy's asshole?
Yeah, I've seen the Asian guy he brings around, but I didn't go. You must not trust me.
Yeah, his opener.
He's just an Asian guy on a fucking
Just
slave
dead.
chain, just like.
Stat fans asshole.
It's so funny. A guy like walking around with a dude on a chain, being like, "Yeah, so like, what did that mean to you? Like, your philosophy, like, how like deep Mark is, you know?"
So why would you? Yeah, is the chain like a metaphor for something? Or-
To me, the chain represents like all of us.
Because we're connected by something.
Dude, I want that side of Mark to come out more.
What?
I want like introspective little like autistic genius Mark.
Yeah. Well, what?
That's all I see out of him.
Yeah, on
I,
his podcast, he's doing.
Yeah, I
a
guess
lot.
he is getting it out. Yeah,
for sure.
For a
What, when he
while, I
called
was like,
you?
I know you're sexy, but
yeah,
that's a real you out there.
he's stunning. Yeah,
You're
Yeah.
so much more than sexy, Mark.
You're a lot. Yeah,
he's one of the few hot guys I like actually like.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like him. Yeah.
But you were you were.
But
hot,
you were a
right?
hot guy. Come on.
That's all his past tense, boy. Huh? What's going on here?
You never met Hot Lev, did you?
I never met Hot Lev.
You were a sexy boy.
You would have hated Hot Lev a lot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Hot Lev was pretty hateable.
It was.
come
Yeah,
on,
I was a
man.
problem. Dude.
Hot Lev was hateable.
I was like, if Matt Rife had no redeeming qualities, because you know, like Matt, people are like, but he's so nice. He's such a nice guy. And I'm like, yeah, he has to be. Yeah, he has to be.
No, when I first met you, you were beautiful and you had earrings and you were wearing a fur coat, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Who is this guy?"
It's crazy, insane. Yeah, it's
You
crazy.
look like a
Now I hang it up downstairs.
you look like
Yeah,
an up
your
and coming
fur
like
coat.
reggaeton artist. You were like Maluma, like you were like a
That's
sexy
Yev.
like yeah Yev Fer.
Yay, fur.
Yev Fer.
Dude, yeah, I wish I had met old Lev. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
I'm glad you didn't.
You met the best version of Lev.
I
This
know.
is
You
my
seem like a
favorite
great
Lev.
guy.
Yeah, this is a great Lev.
This one's all right. Yeah, enjoy it while you can,
What?
folks.
Before you have
did you
another
like
hot face.
mindfully choose to be like, I'm going to be less of a handsome kind of douchey guy?
Well, no. What happened was I got offered a very big fucking movie role, like right
Oh,
before the
really?
pandemic started. But they literally like, we need you to gain like 100 pounds.
Is this
for the
true?
role. Yeah, and then the pandemic happened. Everything got shut down.
Was
The
it
movie
like
never got made. I
Young
just got
Santa?
fucked.
What was it?
Young Santa,
You heard about this project?
Precious too.
Based on a book by Sapphire. Too precious, too furious. So it's-
Lev's like, I'm pregnant from my stepdad.
Dude, were you supposed to? Was
No, I'm
Brendan
totally
Fraser?
lying, dude.
Oh, really?
What was the movie? Fuck.
Are you lying or being serious?
yeah, of course I'm lying. You fucking mind? But
do
I
you
should
mean?
start telling people this.
You should. I
Yeah.
believed you.
Yeah,
Did
I
it for
fully
a part, man.
I kind of believed you, but I was like, what role? I was like,
This one right here.
yeah. What was the
bunch
role?
of 'em.
Jelly?
I had a big Jello commercial coming up.
I had to play the Kool-Aid Man in the live-action reboot. Are we looking up Lev's IMDb?
Lev's IMDb, bring it up.
Oh, what a fucking
International movie diabetes.
Whoa!
You're probably like psyched not having to try to be a hot comic anymore, though.
But here's the thing: I do want to get back into shape. It's like my biggest fantasy. I think is just to like get into fucking a good shape for like health wise.
Yeah,
yeah. Just because I feel like the wheels are falling off at this point. You know?
What did you do the first time?
Nothing. I was just literally I was doing open mics as a 19-year-old. Till from 4 p.m. to fucking 2 in the morning every night.
Yeah.
And that was it. So it's like I was just active all fucking day. And I lived deep in Brooklyn. I'd fucking walk 2 miles a day just to the train station.
Dude, I had the exact same thing. I was like rail thin. I don't want to be like as skinny as I used to be, but I was like rail thin, and I ate worse than I do now and drank maybe more. And but I was walking like 20,000 steps a day because I was a waiter and a bartender, and then I worked as like a landscaper sometimes and a mover. Like I had all these like active jobs, and I lived in Bay Ridge, like a 15-minute walk from the nearest train station.
I was the exact same way. I was like waitering all day long, and then you go do stand up. It's like by the end of the day, it's like 20,000 steps.
Yeah, you're
like
just moving.
I was eating worse and fucking like drinking the same way. Yeah, it was all a mess.
Right. Dude, have you seen you remember what old Luke looked like?
Yeah.
When we first met, I was a twig.
I know. Yeah.
Looking at Google, if you just Google Luke Tuma, I'm seriously, go to images.
All right, but you know what the thing about Luke though that
look at this. Who is that?
yeah, that's
you
like
legit look
skinny,
like you're like. The camps were not that bad. Like that's what you look like. You look like you are smiling because you got your first piece of bread in the last 6
when
weeks.
you're that skinny, I feel like
you look pale.
You look like
I was so pale.
Less of a funny comic.
Right? He looks like such a nerd.
When you're like too skinny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's us with Chet. There we go.
Yeah,
but you know the thing
go.
about Luke though is even when he was like that, when you met him, he was a nice guy. He was a down.
Thank you, dude.
Fella.
I appreciate it, dude. That's very sweet of you, Lev.
Yeah.
I'm a big Lev defender, dude.
You gotta be.
I'm an on the record, out and proud Lev defender.
Is that you with bleached hair?
Yeah, dude.
Holy hell.
That's hilarious.
Bro, you look like Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. You look like this is exactly what Lev looked like when I met him.
Place
Oh
Beyond
my
the
You look
Pines.
like the one right to the left.
Can
of
I
that.
talk to him for the rest of the show?
Lev I
Oh! I'm not even going to look at you. I'm looking at the screen for the rest of the pod, dude. I'm fucking blinders on.
You just print out a picture of my old face and put it on my
Dude,
face.
I want to fucking sleep in your clavicles.
Yeah, I mean, they use like this photo sometimes when I'm on the road, and it'll be like on people's tables, and I'm like, that should be illegal. That's crazy. I'm like, I look like I hate that guy.
It looks like you're like evil twin, dude.
Yeah, like literally, if I come out and address it, like people right away are like, "Oh yeah, it's him."
I remember I told someone when I got back from Florida, when I moved back, I had like hung with you, and I was like, I was with Lev the other night. Someone was like, yeah, he's gained so much weight. Like they were kind of like clearly salty because they had bad memories of Hot Lev. And I was like, yeah. I was like, good. He's also a lovely person. I was like, we had a wonderful time together.
I was just, the thing when I first got to New York, I was literally a week into turning 18, and I had a childhood where nobody ever like corrected me and taught me how to be a human.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and I like my self-esteem was so low that I had to like, I literally acted like Kanye. I was like, I'm the fucking best.
Yeah.
Because that was the only way I could like get through a day.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And
you had to tell yourself that to walk outside.
Yeah.
Dude, I know a dude who was like, when I first met him, I hated him. And then I became friends with him like years later in New York. And I became friends with him years later in New York. And I was like, dude, remember when I first met you? Like, I hated you. You were so arrogant. And he was like, I was suicidal. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
He's like, I wanted to kill myself.
That'd be so funny if he did kill himself.
It said I never got
and
to
you
know.
never got to know the nice version of him.
Yeah.
It's like, you know that guy killed him? Well, he's kind of a dick.
What's the thing, like, are you guys like me where I always have like 3 things I'm like trying to fix about myself?
Yeah, for sure.
What is like the one? I'm guessing face.
Easy for you to say.
No,
what could be yours right now? I couldn't possibly imagine what sort of thing, what sort of habits or behaviors you may want to be correcting in your life. Pack of cigarettes, 325 pounds. But go ahead.
When did you just pick up smoking?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
When did you start smoking?
It took a lot of hard work.
To get there?
Yeah, to get there. Now I finally like it.
Did you gain weight and start smoking after?
100%.
Did you? Are you trying to eat less by smoking?
Playing a lot of poker.
What do you? So you picked up gambling
Shooting
and
up
cigarettes?
as well?
Yeah, dude. I'm.
Do you actually play poker?
Yeah.
We should play poker.
You play poker?
I love poker.
Yeah, let's play.
Do you go to a casino?
What
Or
we
house
podcast
games?
this
Yeah, right.
Do
We
you
should
do house
play
games or you go to a...
I during the pandemic I got really bad and I'd play a lot of like
Online?
underground fucking games
House
here.
games? That'd be great.
It's not so much like house games. It's like the Chinese mob runs a fucking.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It's pretty fun.
How much do you buy in for?
Typically like $400 a buy-in.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it was bad for me. I lost like 40 grand. Dude, my poker addiction got so bad that I was like, because there's nothing to do. There's no,
During the pandemic.
Yeah,
it
and
makes perfect sense.
bro, I'd be out there playing I'd go at 7 p.m. The whole day I'd just be itching to get there.
Yeah.
And then from 7 p.m. till 7 in the morning I'd be there.
That's amazing.
And a lot of times I'd bust out and lose every dollar I had in my bank account. Like literally couldn't afford to get a cab home.
You had
I have
to
to walk
walk
40 blocks at 5 a.m. Like,
Yeah.
just
no.
analyzing your life. Like, oh my God. Like,
Wow.
who can I text at 5 in the morning to like spot me for a cab? Like, like, crazy. And
That's
then,
brutal.
And then that becomes usual to you. And you're like, oh my God, how many times can I take this walk? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Brutal ass
Yeah.
walk.
And then what's interesting is I actually heard a clip of Norm Macdonald, and he was like calling Rosanna a cunt or something. No, but
He's a fucking,
no,
he's a
he said-
fucking whore.
he was like really addicted to poker too,
Yeah.
and he said like when he in this interview he kind of like looked like he was aging, and he didn't look great. It had like 1,000 views on YouTube. It's like him for a poker show. And he's like, yeah, when online poker came out, it's like it's all I do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, like I don't want to be that.
No,
Be
he
60 and be like,
yeah.
I'm still addicted. And
He was
hooked on
talking
that.
about. He had a funny thing talking about he was on What the Fuck with Marin, and he like his therapist was like, "Yeah, you probably gamble to escape reality."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Isn't that why you do fucking anything?" Reality? What the hell are you talking about?
That's what it is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the eating too. That's all. It's a lot of it's like boredom too. It's
yeah. You tune out.
2 in the morning, and you're like, well, I'm not going to bed.
I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I going
I'll
to do?
stay up and watch TV and munch.
I'd hate to be alone with who I am right now.
I actually heard the study. It's like true. It's like why you give someone who's like having a panic attack, you give them a glass of water. Like you think it won't do anything. It's just water. What could it? But it's if you're like in the act of like this sounds gay as hell.
Act of
But
swallowing.
If you're swallowing,
Tell us about what swallowing does for you.
For me personally, swallowing it gets rid of anxiety. Like there's like a thing in your brain that like if you're like eating,
if you're
or-
able to eat.
yeah, if you're able to eat and drinking, like there's a calming effect that goes through your body. If you have a cock in your mouth, then you relax. That's like the whole oral fixation thing. That's why like I'm always sucking on a vape,
Interesting.
licking dicks,
Yeah.
sucking balls, fucking
Licking the ass.
licking the asshole,
Looking at asshole.
spreading the bitch over, licking the
That's
asshole.
why I crack a bitch open, because
Yeah.
I'm bored as
Yeah,
shit.
put my thumb in there like suck on the poop. Anyway, so that's what I heard in a
You're
study.
very vulnerable here. Really aired it out.
Yeah, no,
What?
but it's true. It's like if you're eating or drinking, I completely relate to that because I used to eat.
I do it with
constantly.
I do it with like drinking will be like an escape, and then
That's a good one.
booze.
That's
yeah.
a great one.
Yeah.
That's
brutal.
one of the best, I would say.
Yeah, it's just so nice. Because the other thing I like about it is you could go do it with friends.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
reason I don't love the eating thing is because like you can't do it for 5 hours with friends. Like, you're
Oh
not
yes,
gonna-
you can.
Try me, babe.
Lev, hit me up. I
Me and
mean,
Christoph just had lunch from Monday to Wednesday. It's fucking delicious.
oh yeah, I got a lunch Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah, this week I have a lunch.
I have lunch.
Christoph talks about food like a 600-pound guy.
I talk about food like.
Are you a food guy?
Crackhead.
He's
Oh,
obsessed.
Really?
I'm bad. I'm bad.
I feel like you like
have.
house like a nice Cinnabon.
Oh yeah, right in my ass,
Dude, he'll
I'm
talk about a
slut.
key lime pie like it was a blowjob. I
get
like,
it.
He talks about very specific
And I've
things.
had bad blowjobs. I've had at worst mediocre. Key lime pie.
Yeah.
I've never had a key lime pie where I was like, I don't even like them that much. I don't know why I'm
Yeah,
here.
key lime pie's never bitten my dick.
Dude, I've never had a girl throw up.
Key
on
lime
me.
pie's never fought back.
Key lime pie didn't say no.
There's no pepper spray in here.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
It's control.
Were you
too.
ever fat?
Yeah.
Really?
I wasn't that big, but I was. I mean, the biggest I was like 220, 230.
Yeah. My goal weight.
I was a chubby kid, but it was never because I was had a food obsession. I literally think it was because the food in Buffalo is so bad for you that almost every time I was eating, it was something horrible.
Yeah.
The food in Buffalo is like steak and cheese subs and like chicken fingers tossed in buffalo sauce.
Yummy.
And fucking
How about a fried football helmet? I don't know. He was Southern.
Yeah. I'm from Buffalo, New York.
No, Buffalo people, but the Buffalo accent's like a Maddie Smith, like where everything's like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like that's like a Buffalo.
Is she from
accent. Like,
Buffalo?
oh yeah,
Okay.
that like sharp A's, sharp long A's. My dad, the cat. That's like fucking. It's really.
You have
gross.
a little bit of that.
I do. I say dad.
Your dad.
Dad.
My
It's-
dad.
It's the only way a woman's
So
voice
gross.
could get more annoying.
Hey.
How we doing, folks?
Yeah, we don't have.
Cool if I do an ad read real quick? Go on other people's shows.
Do your ad read.
Yeah.
My appearance is sponsored by...
Call up Magic Spoon. You're like, dude, I'm going above and beyond. I ruined the podcast for this.
You're like,
Hello
why didn't you
Fresh
give me
ad."
any more money? I did your ads on other podcasts.
That should kind of be a great idea. Instead of like doing it on your own show, like treat
Sponsor
it,
a guy.
yeah, treat it like athletes and like go and fucking endorse your shit.
Right, you just wear a Magic Spoon T-shirt.
That's
on,
you really should there should be a thing where you could wear Athletic Greens merch on every
Yeah.
podcast
yeah.
you do.
I'll
Yeah.
tattoo Athletic Greens on my fucking head.
You could.
You should have them try to pay you
$800
first.
final offer. Price of the tattoo included.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Because we are like athletes. You know?
We're in the
Three
gym
of us.
every day.
Yeah, we're athletes, dude.
By that I mean drinking. We're in the gym.
You're not a big drinker though.
I drinking isn't like it doesn't trigger an addiction thing for me for some reason. Like I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
but
crazy.
Yeah, but I do.
Not being alcoholic.
I'm just like
Luke
staring
goes,
up in
that's
his face.
insane.
That's
yeah.
wild.
But I do
Wow.
love it. I like.
No, yeah, it's
I
great.
love drinking. When drinking's good, it's great.
It's the best.
so
Yeah.
fun.
And you're at a show, you're at a concert. Like, come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah, you do
late
some
night.
blow.
It's a great time. Just sounds like you're coked out of your
You're
gourd.
fucking coked up. You're with your boys, you know. He can't get hard. You can. It's a fun time, man. So he's open. But the last time I did coke, I did it, and I thought, this feels so good. I really like this. It's such a funny feeling. I did the bubble coke, and I go, wow, what a cool, fun thing.
This is so nice. I really like this so much.
Yeah, like it's like
I should
brunch.
do this more.
I'm like, oh wow, I could do this. I could
Yeah.
feel like this all the time.
I remember when you started feeling like that about drinking.
Yeah.
When you first moved to New York, you're like, drinking's so fun, man. I'm like, I've been trying to tell you for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's a
Well, I was in
blast.
Orlando. I wouldn't drink because I had to like drive everywhere. Also, here I didn't know anyone, so I wanted like the social lubricant of like chatting it up with people. You know,
Right.
in
That-
Orlando, I'm like, what am I going to get drunk with my friend?
No, it's so easy to get drunk all the time in New York because you never have to drive.
Yeah,
Yeah, the first time I was ever that I ever did coke, I was standing on a couch, just talking to someone.
Standing on one.
Yeah, and I was like,
Standing on
I
top
get
of
it. I get it.
you're fully cruising, dude. You're fully I'm in love.
I just started doing drugs as an adult.
Now,
Like,
recently?
yeah, because I used to smoke a ton of weed when I was young, and
Yeah.
I like tried codeine once with the dogs. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
but
Sir.
then I got too high, didn't smoke again for 4 or 5 years.
That's a move.
Yeah, and then now I'm like. Tried Molly this year. Fucking
Nice.
started doing blow every day.
Dude, what you've done in the past, you gained weight and then you're like, let me try smoking, gambling, and drugs.
Dude, I like,
It's like
first of all,
putting your
all
heart
those,
to the
I'm
ultimate
so at
test.
risk. Sometimes I do blow, and I can feel my heart being like, dude.
yeah,
LeBron's fucking son just had a cardiac arrest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
What happened? Yeah.
His son, LeBron's son went into cardiac arrest.
Is it
He said he's
LeBron
all right.
Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
Dude,
okay,
the
though?
anti-vax people are having a field day.
Of course, dude.
They're loving it.
Do you think it was because he found out he was black?
What? That's
LeBron's
crazy.
like, no, you're not, son. Don't worry.
No, you're actually Chinese.
Sometimes I don't know if something's funny or just
LeBron.
racist. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I wonder what happened to him.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
A lot
I
of
mean, it
basketball
is
players.
super fucking strange.
Do you think it's
But this is what I'm saying. It's never a guy that looks like me. that collapses on a basketball court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not on a basketball.
Yeah, they're at home.
It's more like in a sizzler.
Lev's watching Damar Hamlin. He's like, that's why I don't play football.
You know what I mean? Though? It's always like the fucker who like really takes care of himself. He like falls over at 48.
Yeah, well, that's when they report on.
Yeah.
Well, these,
If they're like 900-pound guy dies, it's like, yeah, we knew.
do you think these basketball players get heart attacks because they're like tall and their bodies are shaped weird, or because they're doing so much physical activity that it's like putting strain on their heart?
Something like that.
It's
Did you hear
probably
about? There was a
both.
dude, the
Cardiac
soccer player.
Heart suddenly, electrical disturbances in the heart. That's what it called. Sudden cardiac arrest amongst young athletes.
That's how I
rare,
feel
but not
around my
unheard
girl.
of. That's crazy.
Yeah, it may be fatal.
Dude, the thing about DeMar Hamlin,
He would have died if he did that anywhere other than like almost anywhere other than a football field. Because like there's just like he got CPR within like 30 seconds of like crashing.
Wow.
I gotta be honest, dude. I'm a Bills fan. He's
not that good.
No, he's pretty bad. Like, he's like,
I'm assuming he retired.
no. They think
What?
he's gonna play this year.
No
And
way.
My buddies are
Really?
like, I can't believe they're gonna have this fucking asshole back on the field because he's
Guy stinks.
Dude, that was a pretty crazy time. Were you watching that game?
I was watching,
Yeah.
Josie Woods.
I
and
was
Bills.
watching it. Wait,
Yeah.
he got like just hit square in the chest with a helmet, basically.
Yeah, it was like during the process of a heartbeat. If it hits you in one like specific, if you get hit in the chest in
Millisecond.
one millisecond,
Yeah.
it throws you off.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's brutal.
So nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shout out Bronny James.
I hope he's all right.
I think he's fine.
All right. Who was that guy? There was like a Norwegian soccer player who like passed out and died, but then they saved him too.
I haven't heard about that one.
No, that was years ago.
Look at his over. Did you see that stat graph for him?
66.
It's pretty weak.
That's so funny if there's like a
He's
sudden
brutal.
drop off.
It'd be great in Madden, like in the middle of a play, he just collapses. We're going for hyper realism.
They
Go look at what his coverage ratings. He blows coverage so many times.
Yeah.
Defense.
59.
Man coverage. Yeah, dude, it's brutal.
Damn.
Well, he's a safety.
Yeah, but he gets he
Pulled the
bites on
corner?
pump fakes like I've never seen in my life.
He bites on.
He bites on pump fakes.
You think
I
it-
wouldn't bite on a pump
You
fake.
think his heart pump faked him?
I swear to God, I have a friend who shall remain nameless. But he was playing. DeMar Hamlin was playing so badly at that point in the
Yeah,
season
yeah.
that he goes down. When he first goes down and nobody's crying or anything yet, he goes, "Who's down? Oh, Hamlin. Good." And then like 5 minutes later, everyone's like, "You fucking dick."
Fucking asshole.
dead.
There was a guy who legit died in like the 80s.
Yeah.
I
There's
forgot
been a
his
couple.
name, but they crossed.
There were
the-
many guys who died in the 80s.
Yeah,
Pissed off.
of AIDS.
There was a world war.
Thanks, Lev. Thanks for coming on the podcast to correct us.
There
That's
were
what we
lots of
have.
people who died in the
I
80s.
like to think of myself
Yeah.
as an educator.
There were more than one person who died in the 80s.
Dude, did you see Obama's chef?
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. Gordon
Obama's
Ramsay.
chef.
What happened to him?
He died. He drowned
died?
off the course.
I didn't
off
realize he
the coast
died.
of
I thought
Martha's
it was
Vineyard.
like a medical emergency.
No, he
died.
drowned to death paddleboarding, quote unquote. in
Obama's
Martha's Vineyard.
personal chef. He was a personal chef paddleboarding in Martha's Vineyard.
Dude, what did this poor bastard know?
I know. That's what I was thinking too. I was
what
like,
did he know?
he just overheard someone say something, and then he's like, "Did you guys need some fries?" And it's like the flight log was being discussed.
They
Dude.
weren't present at the time of the drowning. Yeah, I mean, they didn't do it themselves.
Yeah, but if
I
you're like
can feel
Obama, if like your chef dies, you must be like, fuck.
I got to get another chef.
Everyone's going to think I did this. Like, the whole time. And then you got to drop that summer playlist. Divert people's attention.
I can feel it calling in the air. I remember you were drowning.
Hey, dude, man, black guy drowning. That's like that's tough. You
Yeah,
know?
that's a shock. Yeah.
Pretty stereotypical.
I don't think
Well,
that-
he was paddleboarding in Martha's Vineyard, so it's not the least stereotypical drowning of
true.
all
This is
time.
true. But he probably drowned and then they put a paddleboard by the body just to break the stereotype.
Yeah.
He didn't just fall in, okay?
Yeah, right. They
He was wine tasting out there.
I was gonna say they put a flight of wines next to him. He was sampling the Pinot on his paddleboard. Poor guy, dude. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, they took him out, dude.
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's definitely like
It'd be amazing
a
'cause as you're saying
strong
this-
possibility.
As you're saying this, a drone just hits the studio.
You think there's no chance they took him out?
It's not. Well, it's a non-zero chance. I'll say.
But how likely do you think it is?
Not that likely.
Really?
I mean, it's a chef, dude.
My thinking though is if they took him out, why would they even like release the story of it? Like, why? Couldn't they just disappear the guy?
Well, he's got family.
It
He's
probably
not a
just
fucking orphan.
I mean, he probably doesn't have a dad. I'm sorry. We'll cut that. We'll cut that out. I haven't had any coffee today. I'm kind of all over the place right now.
Jesus.
What did Chet Hanks do?
That was great.
That's awesome.
That was great.
I don't know how someone defends me. They're like, he's the fattest, unhealthiest, weirdly racist at times.
He probably didn't have a dad.
You come by it honestly.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they could have taken him out. I was watching a video, like, I'm
A
getting a little
trained
more.
swimmer who died in a shallow. This is Ian Miles Chong on Twitter.
Oh, this guy's a nut.
He's a nutso.
I think I have this guy blocked. I have like
You have him
all
blocked?
the like.
He's like a Chinese QAnon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Chinese white supremacist.
Right.
Yeah, I do have this guy blocked. I hate his shit.
Hua Chong.
It's all baiting. Like everything he fucking writes is like.
Yeah.
It's almost like an
Yeah,
art.
exactly. No straight male thinks Margot Robbie is mid. Oh wait, never mind.
I repeat, no straight male.
Okay,
That's a
never
weird
mind.
post.
Well, there was all this weird discourse about Margot Robbie being hot or not. I'm like, this is insane. She's
She's
obviously
beautiful.
the hottest woman I've
Who
ever
said she's
looked
not
at.
hot?
Just people on Twitter looking for some being like, actually,
What she's like the word to describe her though is not hot. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah, she's
some Colombian
stunning.
chick in Miami is hot.
Yeah.
like yeah,
Right.
It's different.
like Luke's hot, I'm beautiful.
That was the original name of the show.
What's up? Hey, Lev, I remember we was in our underwear for that shoot.
It's been a while since I've seen light skinned Kristoff come out.
Hey, look, it's light skin.
Is this a character?
Yeah.
Kristoff gets light skinned sometimes.
That's Christian right there. Chris was off, now he on.
I think I just heard you sell out Radio City. Good for you, dude. I can hear tickets moving.
That is exactly what you got to do to be a successful
Yeah, I
comedian
know. I
now.
just got to be like
You gotta
light
lick your
skinner.
lips and do crowd work, dude. That's it.
How long y'all been fucking? Oh, y'all not fucking yet?
They always be like who he cheated with, but never why he cheated. Why? You know what I'm saying though?
They always be like, why you fuck so much, not who you fuck so much.
They always be like, why'd you fuck my sister, but not what are you running from?
Yeah, man.
How do you think it made me feel to fuck her?
Man, how long y'all know
Good.
each other?
Good as hell.
How long y'all two known each other? Real question is, how long y'all known about me?
How long have both of y'all known about me? Can we add that up?
Yo, y'all fucking? Or is we fucking?
Yeah, shit. I mean, this Kanye stuff crazy. It's
Yo,
like
he
3 years after he's yo, this Kanye shit wild. Yeah, so that's light skin Christoph.
Well done.
For my, I'm an alt comic. You guys like impressions? Here's my impression of me if I were light skinned. Yeah,
You basically like
they're
works.
all
You just start like fucking chicks in the crowd.
I would love to see you try this and see how much it would work.
dude, you can't be a ginger and be like,
I think that'd be great.
Don't you feel?
I'd love to watch you try to be sexy.
be like, y'all crazy. I be getting sunburnt easy as fuck. That's on God.
SPF 70, you know what I'm saying?
My rap name SPF 100.
Man, I be getting rashes and shit. That's good. I be getting rashes and shit.
I be peeling after the beach. You feel me?
I go to the beach, bring my own waves, splash.
Do I have waves? I have a do-rag on.
But you have great hair.
Thanks, dude. You too.
You do have a great look. You know?
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
My mom said that about you.
Thanks.
When my mom first saw the podcast, he's got a great look.
You look like you play like the cancer doctor who gives bad news.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah, Doogie Howser, dude.
Who's Dookie Howser?
Doogie Howser. Dude, you're usually up on references. You're off today.
Is that
you don't know Warrior. You don't know Doogie Howser. You're pissing me the fuck off.
Two of the greatest
Howser
films.
Is that
of the
Ron
year.
Howard?
MD. No. It's Neil Patrick Harris. He played a child doctor. Doogie Howser, dude.
He played a child doctor.
He played a child doctor on TV. Doogie Howser, MD.
That was his character. Oh God,
That's
I
you.
gotta
Bro.
say that
what
was
an awful name. I would not trust my fucking doctor if his name was Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser, MD, dude.
Would you trust
that's
him
how
if-
NPH popped.
I had no clue.
Jesus, man. You're
Sorry,
not cultured.
I don't know this fucking Neil Patrick Harris's child acting gig.
We'll come back
Sorry,
when you do.
too.
Looks like you don't know Doogie Howser. I went to school with Doogie Howser. Top of his class.
You didn't know him. You didn't know Warrior. What are you saying about Italians?
They're fucking dumb mongrel apes.
Okay, dude. One more comment.
We finally have a clip.
Yeah, but what was I talking? Oh yeah, I could give cancer news. I think
Yeah.
I'd be really good.
Tell
at it.
me right now that I have an illness.
I'm not. Sorry,
What?
you have breast cancer. sorry. It's just you're a guy. It's funny.
So how bad is it?
Oh, I mean, look at they're pretty bad.
What do I do?
Oh, I don't know, fucking hit the gym or something. But yeah, it's spread to your fucking. It's spread to your love handles.
We think that you've become a tumor.
Yeah,
You might just be one big tumor.
yeah. It says fatty growth on here, and I'm looking at two right there. All right.
If I had to give you bad news, I would just walk in and go, I mean, come on.
You're right. I sure again.
Let's start with what you don't got.
I was like, I thought the smoking might kill the cancer.
Are you doing a pack a day? How many are you doing?
No. 2. No, I'll probably rip through 5 cigarettes a day.
Oh,
That's
that's
not
nothing,
that
dude. I'm vaping now.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
doing that in
always.
Florida. When I was in Florida, I was up to like 5-6 a day.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy not to smoke. I
You
think.
should smoke cigarettes.
Why is
Absolutely.
it-
Yeah.
Like a man should smoke
A
something.
man should smoke cigarettes
Yes.
and drink beers.
All
and
my
eat
heroes
steaks.
smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
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 Who?
That guy who drove through that parade and just had a Marlboro. Like,
Get out the way.
gotta light that torch somehow.
Yeah. You know.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un smokes
Kim
cigarettes.
Jong-un smokes cigarettes.
all, my,
always like
all my favorite comics. My dad.
Your dad smokes?
Is he your hero?
I'm gonna say hero, but
You're a
he
fan?
smokes. Yeah. He's a cool guy. I like him.
Yeah.
Dude,
My-
you're Jewish and from the Are there a lot of Southern
I gotta
Jews?
go, folks.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah, yeah.
Jewish.
What the?
You didn't know that?
And from the South.
you did
Yeah.
not tell me that he was Jewish.
Yeah, I wanted to surprise
It's like Inglourious Bastards because someone's got a gun aimed at my nuts under the table.
This is the German tree.
And your dick is 3 inches.
You said your penis was 3 inches. This is the German tree.
Now fuck my hand.
You said your asshole was this big. Dude, that's a good scene in Inglourious Bastards.
That is
I love
one
the
of his
bear
best
juice
movies.
scene. The
It
bear
was
juice
supposed to be
is
Adam
amazing.
Sandler.
What?
It was he was looking to cast Adam Sandler as the bear Jew.
Really?
Yeah.
That would have not worked at
That would
all.
not have worked.
What? I can't do Adam Sandler.
You're gonna die, Nazi!
It's the Nazi's like a penguin, like and Happy Gilmore.
Inglourious Bastards is great.
That's a good one.
Oh,
His
killer.
best.
I didn't know you're Jewish though.
Yeah.
How
You're
Jewish?
taking this really hard.
Yeah, you hate it.
I didn't know.
How Jewish?
Christoph
Is your
didn't
mother
know any.
Jewish?
She is Jewish.
And your father's Jewish.
Yeah.
And you're from the South.
Yeah.
That's why.
But
And
I was
not from Boca Raton.
I was the first one born here. Everybody else
The first
was born
Jew?
in the Soviet Union. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, you're fully Eastern European.
Oh yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you? What? Czech?
Oh, Russia.
Russian Jews, but
Russian
they
Jews.
like I don't know where like how
Well,
far it
which
goes back.
country in-
They went to Uzbekistan.
Okay.
I think during the war because a lot of Jews were like,
There's Uzbeki over
Are
here.
there a lot of Jews in the Carolinas?
no, not at all. But this is the thing. Everybody's like, what was it like being the only Jew there? But like, nobody knew what a Jew was, so it didn't
Right.
matter. Like neither did we. Like it didn't matter. Like
They're like, Jew, what the?
where are you going?
It's me. I'm from Uzbekistan. I don't know what fucking Uzbeks sound like.
Yeah, like no one cared. Like I think my whole time in North Carolina, nobody was like, "You're Jewish." Like it never happened.
They would never ask.
No,
Yeah.
they don't even
You
know
also
what it
don't
is.
look explicitly Jewish.
Yeah,
I would have guessed Italian.
I could
Yeah,
be
I
a
would've
lot
guessed
of different
Italian or-
disgusting groups.
You could be like a black Irish, you know.
Yeah.
A different disgusting groups. Italian, Jewish, retarded.
Like you are typecast. You could not be anything
No.
else.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, you don't have many roles you can play.
No, I was thinking about
Yeah.
this. Like my friends used to be like specific people for Halloween. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's out of the question for me.
That's so funny.
I can't be a guy for Halloween.
Yeah, you're like a black guy.
Yeah, well, no, a black guy has way more options.
No, but
than
a black guy
ginger.
has to be Black Superman. Like you would have to be redhead
Oh,
Superman.
yeah.
Did you ever think being ginger was like a negative?
Yeah.
That's a
Yes,
serious
my
question.
entire life.
Just because like South Park bodied you guys, but like
Yes.
I don't know. To me, like I don't get why the ginger's a negative. Like it's
hey, look, you're preaching to the choir here, brother. It's literally just.
It's
It
like
does
it's like
fe-
the like look
just
at your hair. It's
unusual.
like stunning. Like it's crazy that occurs in nature. That's like,
It does have recessive gene vibes.
It is recessive genes.
Yeah, it gives recessive gene vibes, dude.
So the blue eyes are recessive genes.
but we all
Yeah,
love
but you-
redheaded women.
Yeah, exactly. Being a redheaded
Do we?
dude is the worst. Everyone's like,
Oh, redheaded girls, I'm gonna jizz on their fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody really, nobody fantasizes about.
they do, but they're not open about it. I've
Redheaded
had
guys?
women who like have a thing for the.
Yeah, the
Red hair.
red hair and Asian guys really don't get fetishized too much.
No, it's
That's
yeah.
a tough one because
We need
Asian
to-
women everybody loves.
Exactly.
I'm
I
not
think-
big into the.
You
Asian
really
women.
are the Asians of white people.
Yeah,
Gingers.
yeah. I think that's true.
You got a tiny cock in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tiny cock,
Not fetishized.
bad
tiny
driver, great SAT score.
You're not into the Asian women thing.
I find them disgusting. No, it's just not my thing. I don't know, like, which is weird because like a lot of people from where I'm from almost look pretty Asian-y. Like,
Uzbekistan.
yeah, it's like Eurasia.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I'm just not into it. If you had to rank, what is the hottest 5 archetypes of women?
What do you mean, like tall or what do you mean archetypes?
Like
Races?
look.
Oh, mine would be like my number one is like a thick New York Puerto Rican woman.
Okay.
Number one,
That's a
like
good
a
one.
a la Rosie Perez.
No way I'm
I'm
here.
such a basic white dude.
You just like a blonde.
No, I just like a thin white woman with big boobs. It's so like.
But what color hair?
I don't care.
Okay, but could you deal with a
irrelevant.
flat ass if the tits are like perfect?
Yeah.
Interesting. I could see that's
no,
a no
I'm
deal
way
for
more of
me.
an ass guy.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
could tolerate no tits.
Me too.
With that should be our Me Too.
Yeah, yeah.
The bitch had no tits. But there's got to be ass for sustainability. Ass is long term.
Well, the ass has a lot more utility.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yes, it does.
All your girlfriends are always complaining, like in the car, like my fucking butt is sore on a long drive. and shit. There's a purpose.
What? Okay, explain. What's your point?
the ass is involved in sex more. The tits are kind of there as like it's a decoration.
The tits are involved when I have sex.
The tits are involved when I have sex, but they're not that much. They're a side dish. They're a side
That's so
dish.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I.
How
guess.
much do you involve the tits?
Dude, I'm fucking looking at them. I'm fucking grabbing them. I don't even have to have sex. I'll just stare at my girlfriend's tits.
Tits do rule.
Dude, they're the best.
Yeah, they
Number
do.
one, go tits. Woo!
You're fully tits over ass.
Let's go tits. Woo!
The older I get, the more I appreciate a great set of titties.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's milk in there.
But there's
no
way
milk in your butt.
Girlfriend's pregnant?
Yeah. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
I've just been enjoying delicious milk.
I thought she was just generous.
I thought you finally let me have some milk.
She's just going through a miscarriage that you don't know about. You're like, baby's hungry.
Ooh, I get why babies like this.
And I love it. You're talking to your friends. You're like, so what does your girl's milk taste? Excuse me?
My girl's milk is really good.
Yeah. I like tits. Tits are good.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to justify liking
No,
tits.
Yeah, you said that like we called you gay.
No, dude, yeah, tits, man, golf, basketball.
There's way more hot girls with big asses and no tits than big tits and no asses. Like
That's what I mean. They're a rare
top-
breed.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I feel like in New York, you see a ton of great racks. Like, New
I
York's
feel
a-
like I see asses all day.
Really?
Well, it's what
Maybe
you're
it's
looking
what we're
at.
looking for.
Yeah. Dude, okay.
But here's the thing: if you have a
City's
girlfriend,
one big ass. What were you saying? Or you have a girlfriend?
if you have a girlfriend, what you're looking for, like if you were to cheat, or like the kind of girl you look at and are like, that's a hot girl just on the street.
Yeah.
It's typically not what your girlfriend is. It's like your brain wants a different flavor.
Sure.
Right?
I know
Yeah,
what
it's
you
a-
mean. I'm so gay about it, though, dude. My friends have made fun of me for this.
Yeah.
I've always, like, if it's a different woman I'm lusting after, she looks weirdly similar. I have a
Interesting.
kind of specific type.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Guys.
I like dudes.
Big
Gross.
black guys.
Giant black dudes.
Yeah.
You have such a specific type. It's just women who all look like your girlfriend. That's so
Your type is
sweet.
just your first ex.
But my ex and my current girlfriend, I feel like, fall into the same category of
Yeah.
big-butted, lights, like giant-assed, light-skinned women.
It's the first time I've
What's
ever heard
the-
big-butted.
Big-butted,
Big
like
butted.
big-butted, caramel-colored women.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want me to slap that keister?
You like,
Oh,
my
dude,
God.
her keister.
oh, her freaking
My God,
took is fucking insane.
that is quite the plumper here.
That is Luke. Whenever he describes a good-looking woman to me, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually say this beaner's got a great
You
The
go,
hiney on this beaner is
"Hachi-machi."
incredible.
She's got a caboose on her.
I mean, we can't even build a wall. That ass will break right through it.
She's going hip first through the wall.
Yeah. I think half, like mixed girls, half black, very
Half guy.
very high up there. Half black with light eyes. That's like, it's hard to beat that in nature. But we did it. I also, redheads are in the top 5. Tall, tan, blonde is the top 5.
Really? That's a specific.
Tall, tan, blonde.
Tall, I can never date a tall, tan,
like
blonde
Barbie.
chick, but
I'm trying to think of like an example of that.
but
Margot
for
Robbie?
casual sex,
She's not
all
tan.
day.
is she?
She's kind of tan.
You know, like LA 9s, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, just they're all tan with like light, their hair's
No,
lighter
she's
than
not
them.
tan. She's pretty light. She's pretty light-skinned.
I don't like that LA girl look.
I can get
It's
into
like
it.
fucking. It's
semi.
I don't like when they look like fake, like you can see the lips
There's
and all
too
that.
many of them.
Yeah, and I don't like fake tits.
Every girl in LA just looks like every time you open Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think everyone on Instagram lives in LA.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just an app to show you LA people.
It's very bizarre. You're like, I'm on Instagram. I should go to Los Angeles. It's like you're on a website, so you got to go to Los Angeles.
And also Colombian, I think, top 5 all day.
Colombia.
Colombians are underrated hot.
Oh, and
No, they're not.
Ukrainian women. I mean, once those military
Russian
fatigues
women?
come off, baby.
You're like
Yeah.
a woman covered in soot.
She's like, Liv, it was horrible.
Like, look at
over
that.
there.
Like, you missed. Look at that chick, middle left,
Love's like, I love a debris-filled woman.
all the way left. Look at that. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's a beautiful woman.
That's a beautiful woman, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, dude. Guys are better looking than women, right? Am I crazy? Have you guys noticed this? I mean, look, check this out. I mean, come on. Kevin De La Cruz right over here.
Go cruising.
Oh, shit. We're just dead silent looking at shirtless men right now.
This is great entertainment.
I'm just glad this table's here.
You know what I've noticed? That the dudes in Buffalo are better looking than the women.
That's not shocking.
Because everybody
Hard to
is
tell 'em apart,
drinking
right?
beer. This is what I'm saying. Everybody is drinking beer and eating shitty, like, drunk food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so both the men and the women look like Bert Kreischer. And that's a better guy to be.
Yeah,
than
yeah,
a-
yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wow,
Men are supposed
Buffalo
to.
rated
Buffalo-
as having the hottest men.
Yes!
Wow.
Buffalo
That's
rated
right,
some of the hottest
Buffalo.
men,
But
baby.
Oh,
I'm
get
willing
the
it's
hell
because
outta
they're like
here.
big and fucking barrel chested and they drink beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because the men still look like manly men. The women
Yeah.
look like manly women.
Dude, it's all still very primal. Like, women still want a dude who's like just a fucking, like, just looks like a man.
We've
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah,
this a
we've talked
million
about this a
times.
lot.
Kristoff's girlfriend doesn't want him to lose weight.
No.
Yeah,
This
of
guy
course
wants
not.
to lose 30 pounds.
I think it's crazy. I don't even think you're overweight.
It's ridiculous.
Thanks, man. I need to hear this. I need to play.
You
this
think
on
you're
a loop.
overweight?
I'm not
I'm
even...
like statistically overweight. I'm like 190 pounds.
Dude, what are you talking
How
about?
tall
You're
are
6
you?
feet
6
tall.
foot.
That's not
That's
overweight.
fine, dude.
Yeah,
You're
it's
good.
fine, but I'm saying like this is also like America.
That's not overweight.
We were talking to our Indian friend
Why?
because we
Wanted
got
to see
into
some
an
head
argument.
shakes?
He was like, trust me, you're not. You're
Dude,
fat.
you look beautiful.
You're gigantic.
Yeah, no.
Where the fuck are your udders?
You look like one of our bosses. Filled to the brim.
Yeah,
You have
no,
the
he-
body of a sacred cow.
but I was just. I mean, I don't know, dude. Maybe I have body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
30 pounds is a psychotic amount.
Not
for you
30
to want.
pounds.
crazy.
I would probably want to lose like 20.
Dude, you'd look so skinny.
Yeah, I
you
have old
would.
pictures
You-
of me at 155.
He looks sickly.
and like I've showed Luke. I'm like, I'd like to look like this again, and he's like, you look emaciated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And I'm
looks
like,
like he looks like he's in remission.
Let me see. Okay, there.
Dude, look at
They're
you on the
about
right.
the same size.
You're
Bro,
one of
look
the-
at you on the right.
Your hairstyle so dramatically changes. What
Yeah, when you
look
cut
like.
it.
Like that.
You look nice there.
Is that you?
That's me when I was like 19.
You look handsome.
I think you
Thanks,
look way
dude.
better with long hair.
Thanks, dude. That's me like a year ago.
That's a nice
Yeah, look
headshot.
at those beautiful
That's me at
locks.
like 155.
Yeah, but you can't see your body there. That's not fair.
That's true. I don't have any body shots because I'm not a slut.
That one of you with the double screen
yeah,
on the right,
right.
you're too skinny on the right, bro.
On the right?
Yeah, there you're
that's
too
me at
skinny.
155.
You're sick.
Yeah.
You're a twig.
I feel like I don't look that different.
Dude, any
Dude,
guy
think
with
about 6 foot 155. That's crazy skinny. What are you fighting next week?
Yeah.
dude.
I do hear fighters' weights, and I'm like, well, they're skinny.
Well, yeah, they had to cut 20 fucking pounds.
Hydrated themselves
To have
for
zero.
one day.
I just want to look like that for a little while.
I don't get this thing where the dudes. There's more dudes now I hear want to look like emaciated, skinny.
Oh yeah, I want to look like fucking lean, dude.
I think it's a bad look for
shredded.
comedians.
It's not.
It
no.
probably is a bad.
Because when I
look.
see that on stage, I just immediately assume whatever they're saying on stage is, oh, let me tell you something. That's what I told them. Actually, women rule. They're just like,
that's the worst thing you can imagine someone saying. I like ladies. Ugh.
they love to, and women do take responsibility.
All right, fellas, let's talk about consent.
Let's not. No, I think like there is. Yeah, dude. What was I gonna say? Luke, take it away. No. Fuck, dude. I had something good.
Do
What
you
were we
think
talking
you're
about?
fat?
No, I'm not fat. You're fat. Dude, no, there is something so annoying about fucking just dudes going on and being like, "Can we admit women are better than we are?" Like,
yeah.
this is crazy. This is crazy.
I haven't seen a lot more of that. A lot of that lately. It's died down.
No, it was bad. Dude.
It was bad in like 2018.
Yeah.
I visited
Do you
Chicago.
when we first met? It was fucking
It was
nuts.
bad, yeah.
It was
and
really
me and Luke
bad.
were kind of the only people looking around at each other like, is everybody fucking retarded?
Because all the other
they're
guys, we were
gay.
young, and all the other guys our age were like, you ever have so much privilege that it's like nauseating?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
disgusting.
I'm actively trying to acquire more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goal was to add wealth to the
Yeah.
list.
I would
Yeah.
like my life to not remain shitty. So-
Yeah. No, there was a dude I remember very vividly. I visited Chicago in like 2017, and I just went to an open mic. I was like brand new to comedy.
Yeah.
And like the first thing he says, unironically, he goes, I know. I'm a privileged white guy doing comedy. I know it's everybody's doing it. Anyway, I was on the bus the other day. I was like, so there was no point.
Oh, God.
He didn't even have a bit about it.
But he felt like the culture at the time was like,
He needed to
He felt he
acknowledge
needed
something.
to say
I'm
that
like, this
now.
is wild.
Well, he thought he was going to get things by saying that, and
Yeah.
some of those guys did, and now they're homeless.
good.
Yeah, now they're all none of them have made a good living.
Yeah.
Now they're
It-
fucking picketing in circles on Hollywood Boulevard. That's what they're doing.
Wait, what's happening?
Nothing, dude.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about a writer's strike. I've been on a writer's strike my whole career.
Yeah.
That's me
It's funny. It's funny to imagine like.
Will it come back to bite me if I say I'm anti-writer?
I don't
You think
know.
that's a
No,
bad move to say
no.
I'm vehemently anti-writer?
I think it was Chris O'Connor. I hope he said this on a podcast and not privately, but he said something,
air him out. Air him
he
out.
said something really funny where he was like, man, like, you know, all those like comics I like started with that were like annoying cunts. Like, I thought they all just quit and disappeared. He's like, I just found out they've just been writers for years.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
working
yeah.
on TV.
100%.
That makes sense.
So
I'm also
funny.
like, you guys are writing terrible comedy that nobody watches. You
Yeah.
thought this bubble wasn't going to pop?
Yeah.
20,000 people are watching your horrific jokes. And you're like, we need to actually make more money.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm not trying to weigh in on the writer's strike,
Fine.
dude.
Well, I will. Shout out Bob Iger.
You're big Bo.
I'm an Igerhead.
I stand with the CEOs.
Yeah, no, I'm an Igerhead for sure. I'm trying to be a 1%er, dude.
Don't say
Yeah,
those too close together.
Igerhead?
You said a. You said
I'm N.
Iger.
Oh wow!
You got to put a little
I
pause.
like Bob Iger.
because
He is white.
Yeah.
What if that's why you stood with them? I don't know. A lot of these writers are not white.
they're not white about anything.
Yeah.
I did you ever like meet an open micer who like quit, but they had like a nugget of gold on stage, like a joke.
You just want
like,
to take it?
I'd never take it, but like there's this one comic who quit, and like he didn't have the gears for it, but he had this one joke that I still think about. I think it's so funny, and he said. He's like, I'll never forget like the first time I like smelled weed.
Yeah.
He's like, and like I like realized like, oh, that's weed, you know, because he's like, I thought black people just smelled it. Like, that's such a funny. And even when he would
great.
do it, he would fucking bomb because like he couldn't say it right and make it funny.
You can't sell that.
But that's just such a.
You gotta
funny
be.
was,
That's in the middle of a likable set joke.
But it like makes it makes.
That's
me
not
like,
an opener. Like black people stink. Let me open on that
There was
at
a
the fucking Brooklyn Comedy Collective.
There's
Yeah.
a chick, Dana Cairns. Shout out her. I think she quit. She's a Boston comedian, but she had this joke I love where she said, I was driving the other day and I saw a woman with a dog mom bumper sticker. She said, I guess the store ran out of unable to conceive stickers.
That's fun.
I thought it was like this bitch gave birth to a dog.
This nasty ass bitch.
This nasty ass bitch, you fucking dogs. You see that lady fuck dog on Twitter?
Lady,
There's a woman that fucked dogs on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I didn't see that. No.
yeah.
Are you going to elaborate at all?
Lady has sex with dog.
You want him to Google that?
Yeah.
You know what I have to say to this?
I don't want to watch.
Woman caught allegedly having sex, then poisons roommate.
This is from 9 years ago.
Okay, that's not it. Okay, she must have deleted her
I love
Twitter,
how
but
this
it was a big
isn't
deal.
news. It's literally something that you saw. Like this isn't like a news
Way to reveal your algorithm, buddy.
This is your For You page, dude.
Is anybody else's Twitter just dog fuckers?
No. This was a big deal.
Dude, you literally go, have you heard the woman that
No,
had sex
everybody's watching people fuck
with... Dude,
dogs.
you go, have you heard about the woman who had sex with a dog on Twitter? And then we Googled Twitter woman sex dogs. And
Look,
nothing came
vile
up.
guys. Trans canine.
I hear about it.
Her. Mississippi woman charged April. She fucked a dog in April.
I don't believe that you're referencing a 3-month-old story.
She did, I swear to God. And then she would see unnatural intercourse. Yeah, that's when I do it. Shit. That's supernatural.
I hear about somebody fucking a dog, and I just think, doggone it.
Doggone it. Dude, fucking, she was like all over because she's like, what? You would too. She was like, what? What?
I just, TikTok put me in a hole where it played... you guys ever hear about the toy box killer?
Oh, yeah, David
No.
Parker Ray.
Yeah.
It's a toy box killer.
Oh, it's the scariest killer. He,
I don't know about the scariest.
his was the most disturbing to me. He would
What did he
kidnap
do?
women. So he would kidnap women, and then he would he'd kidnap and drug them, and then he would chain them up in this thing he called his toy box, which was basically just an empty trailer. And it
Soundproof, $100,000
soundproof-
worth of like gynecology tables and
gynecology
dildos
equipments and all these like torture devices. And then when they first woke up and he could tell they woke up, he would play them an audio recording of himself where he would describe what he was going to do to them for the next 3 months.
yeah, an hour
Like,
long
you ain't
tape,
going to get
yeah.
out of here. We don't let bitches, whatever. And then he would torture them for like a month. And then he would give them, what would you call like a...
sodium cocktails to
like a
fucking-
amnesia drugs.
Yeah.
And then he
Oh.
would just leave them out on the street. And like one woman was like, she thought that her memories of
like
what
a
happened.
dream or something?
Yeah, she was like, I just kept having, I thought it was like a recurring nightmare.
I don't like the picture of the toy box. It doesn't look that fun.
Yeah, one chick got away. It was like literally like a movie scene. She
Yes.
like broke a lamp on the bitch's head. and,
Yeah, because his
Whoa.
girlfriend
Yeah.
was helping him.
And daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His girlfriend and daughter were helping
Yeah,
him
this,
kidnap.
this
It's
poor
always
woman
This is the one that got away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that
She's
got
the
away.
one that got away.
We all have one.
I still think about her every night when I go to sleep.
Yeah, he was the scare. He was a freak.
After I read
He
it,
was
yeah,
so gleeful about his crimes.
this one's fucked up. But after I read, there was the one that fucked me up And I almost like don't even want to say it because I don't want people to also feel like horrible for a week.
Yeah.
But there's the other guy, the Toolbox Killers. Those two guys, I think they were in California. They like audio recorded their crimes.
Yeah.
And it was they're the only like apparently the audio recording, the FBI is the only like source that has it. They have the original file.
Yeah.
And they play it to like desensitize people to like the realities of torture.
Oh, Jesus.
But there's an old court footage because it was like a big case, and you see like they're covering like the trial.
Yeah.
And they're standing outside, and people are coming out just sobbing.
Oh,
And-
yeah, it's the worst
and
thing
you
they could ever.
hear like the scream come through the wall that's on the tape.
Oh,
and it's
God.
Like, I so wish
Harrowing.
I had never read about it.
Yeah,
It's just
dude, that's
usually
wild.
that I'm very good about handling that kind of stuff. I read this thing and I was like, oh, it's just like it made me like contemplate God. For, like,
yeah,
3
no, yeah. I
days.
mean, I would, dude. It's the worst thing in the world.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
Did you ever
what I
see,
didn't like about the Toy Box Killer was like how the glee.
Yeah, what
of
you
it.
didn't? What really stuck in your craw about him? It
Here's
really
what grinded
grinds
my
my
gears.
gears about this murder.
Yeah.
You know, back of my neck. Yeah, go
I'll be
ahead.
honest. Guy gave me the ick.
Ladies, what gives you the ick?
You're raping women. Red flag.
You know who else is a red flag? That damn China.
Yeah.
Why aren't we
point.
talking about them?
Are you trying to pivot away from torture and killing?
Yeah, you know, what else is going on? You're just like, I'm just sweating
China's
profusely.
I was gonna say, or what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Well, there's something something oddly humanizing, and you are able to have a little sympathy when it's like a Dahmer who like knows he's sick and he's ashamed of it and he's trying to get help or whatever, and he's just like a broken toy. What
yeah.
you don't like about the guys like David Parker Ray or Bundy is like how proud they were.
Oh,
of
yeah.
their
Oh,
work and
yeah, yeah,
gleeful
yeah,
in it.
yeah,
'Cause
They
if
think
you're-
they're right.
You're like you're evil. You're not like a mentally ill person. You're like a mistake of a human.
Yeah. No, they're like
Like-
sociopaths, like grandiose narcissists.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're freaky.
Yeah, like Dahmer's like a freak, and he was
Yeah.
like, "I'm a freak.
Yeah,
Can I get
yeah.
help for being a freak?"
Yeah. Did you ever see Grizzly Man?
Yes.
One of the greatest.
I haven't
films
seen
ever
that.
made.
I mean,
It's-
a first ballot Hall of Fame retard. I mean, unbelievable.
Was it
Just
Timothy
a
Treadwell?
legendary retard.
Dude, he's so
I gotta
fucking
see
funny.
this.
Oh,
He's
you
a-
have to,
he's
dude.
Timothy Treadwell's a legendary retard.
Oh my god, he's so funny.
That just looks like a photo of a guy who's about to get eaten by a bear.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
I know his story. I just never saw the
Dude,
thing.
there's a
It's
scene.
so ridiculous.
There's a scene because he's recording everything, right?
Right.
And he recorded his being eaten by a bear, right?
Yeah.
And
Werner Herzog won't release it.
yes, so a woman who he used to date has
like,
it.
Fluffy!
Yeah, dude.
He just halfway through he screams, "Who would have thought?
I can't believe this.
Oh my god, they might have been right.
It's so funny because Werner listens to it. The woman's like this kind of like lady he used to date who's like, I never listened to it, Werner.
Yeah.
I never could bring myself to listen to it. And then he listens to it, and they're just silently. It's just a silent shot of him listening to
Jacking off.
to Timothy Treadwell's like horrible death by grizzly bears, and he takes off the headphones and looks at the lady and goes, Sheila, you must never listen to this.
I want to be the only one." who's heard it."
He's like, you must destroy the tape immediately. I was like, I was howling laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, this is funnier than any comedy I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like he's somehow like an even dumber Steve Irwin.
Dude, he's way dumber than Steve Irwin. Dude, there's
But-
also one where he's got the camera on him and he's like trying to be Mr. Nature Boy on camera, and then he cuts. So he's like,
gotta
yeah,
see this.
we're with the Bears and we're having a great day with the Bears. And then he's like, all right, cut. And he goes, yes. Who's with the Bears? You're with the Bears, dude. He's crazy.
He's a freak.
Yeah, dude, play this. Well, I'll maybe cut it if we can't, but
I don't know if we could. Yeah,
it's
I don't know
so
if we
funny.
could post this though.
The fatal attack, there was no
It
time
kills
to
me.
By the way, this is how I feel whenever a friend asks me to watch their set. You must never release this.
Christoph, you must never do this set again.
The captions won't save it.
I don't care if the joke is topical.
He's freaking out.
Dude, he's like, this is
All right, let's-
horrible.
Yeah, there's certain things that you see and you just wish you never had to. Your curiosity never got the better of you.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's like, you cannot listen to this ever again. I implore you.
It's Andrew Dice Clay's first album. Hickory dickory dock. The bear just eats his cock.
Yeah, dude, he's so manic and cocky the whole time,
Oh, my
and that's
God.
all you ever see of him. And it's actually a genius documentary because it's supposed
It's
to be like
brilliant.
it's like the folly of man thinking he can conquer nature, and there's something darkly very, very funny about the whole thing.
Yeah, I was rooting for the Bears the whole time.
Oh yeah, you root for the Bears.
Great
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, dude.
The
I
The
love
Bears.
the Bears.
Warner. Too bad his name wasn't Warn Him about that
Should've
fucking
warned him.
bear behind him.
Dude, look at him. He's fucking spooking the Bears, dude. It's crazy,
It's nuts.
dude.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah, no, he's
Dude,
wild.
so I'm reading a bunch of like Russian lit right now.
Oh, really? What are you reading?
A lot of Dostoevsky.
Are you really?
Yeah, yeah.
What are you reading?
That's as far as I got. I'm reading Crime and Punishment and Brothers Karamazov right
Okay.
now.
At the
And-
same time?
Yeah, at the same
Damn time. Yeah, I've tried both those
Two
books. I
Russian
couldn't do
books
it.
at the
They're-
same
you got to go
damn
back
time.
to their once it clicks, it's
Yeah.
fucking incredible.
Crime
But
and Punishment, I read like 100 pages of, and I was like, I'm muscling this.
yeah,
Yeah.
it drags
Is
you
it
through
dense
hell.
reading?
Yeah.
Crime and Punishment's not too bad. Brothers Karamazov is
It's
fucking
harder.
tough.
It's harder.
tough.
And there's a million characters, and they're all named like Raspanov, Balagov, Baladov.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's Raspanov, Balagov, Bogogordov. And you're like,
Yeah.
that's a different guy, I guess.
Okay.
Crime and Punishment at
And they have
least.
3 nicknames, too.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Crime and Punishment at least like kind of reads like a murder mystery thriller, so that
Okay.
it like,
Yeah.
will keep you kind
It's
of
one character. It's
But-
just Razmalnikov. What is it? Something like
Raskolnikov.
Raskolnikov.
But they have these like really like Dostoevsky. I think just might have been the greatest genius who ever lived because like the debate, like the debates he has on like ideas and
Yeah,
concepts
yeah,
through
yeah.
the characters are like fucking incredible. And there's a lot of it on like religion and faith. And when I got trapped in that murder hole, and I was like watching
good read.
just this fucked up shit.
No, that's a good read to match the fucking murder hole.
I think you said murder hole was a good read.
Murder hole. That's what I asked Luke to do. Luke, you want to play murder hole?
And like
Play murder hole again.
and I'm not like a religious guy or anything, but I was looking on Reddit, and these people were like that read about some of these killers, and they were like I'm struggling with my religion because like how could a god exist that would like allow this? And like
Yeah.
Dostoevsky has characters make the point of like if there is a god, like he doesn't love us because
Right.
of what he allows children to have, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. And somebody says like, well, the whole point of it is essentially God resists like Satan's temptations to give man free will.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way you can genuinely love God and believe is if you can do it with free will.
Right.
It's like, but that same free will is also what like allows like a fucking Dahmer to exist. Like you have to have both things. in it,
Yeah.
which is like it's kind of crazy how that holds up. Like after all this time, like that's,
Right.
you're like that's kind of a sound. Like if I had to explain my work,
theological
yeah,
argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way, but I also just like I don't know. I think all that like Dahmer is like not is that free will? You know what I mean? Like Dahmer was like his
No, it's
he
almost
was
like-
just born fucked. Like
Yeah.
his parents hit each other and he looked at a fish the first time he jacked off. Like it's all this stuff that's completely out of his control and then he ends up
He's
like,
a freak.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's just
there's
a
a
freak.
fish behind you right now.
Dude, I mean, did you ever watch the Dahmer doc
I
or the show?
I watched parts
I watched
of
both.
it.
The show is like I had to stop watching it. Pause it and jack off. I had to stop watching it because there's that scene where he's murdering a fish with his dad.
Yeah, yeah.
And it cuts back and forth between him like maiming a fish and jacking off, and I'm just like, ew.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
sort of tying.
The
Yucky.
show also like it didn't glorify what he did, but it really loved like
Making
getting-
it entertaining.
making it like creepy
Slick.
and gross and like suspenseful and like
Sexy.
yeah, it kind of sexified
Yeah.
Dahmer's crimes. Where like when you watch the documentary, they're like he was a broken toy freak since he was
Yeah.
a child.
Yeah.
And he was like constantly drinking, and he was
Yeah.
like drunk for 47 years too. He was
Yeah.
guy was a real freak.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's grueling to go through that. Like the realities of like death at that level are just so grueling and gross.
They're
to,
the
like,
worst things in the world.
yeah, to go through.
But it's also like crazy how unimaginably sheltered we are just in America, and like even like the slightest shit, it's like unreal. Like war, like just watching.
Yeah.
I watched Oppenheimer, and just I was like, oh shit! Like there was a whole generation that was just World War I, World War II.
That's
That
how
was
I felt
their
about
whole life.
That's
I'm
how I
like,
felt
that's
about All Quiet on the
horrible.
Western Front.
Oh my
All
god!
Quiet on the Western Front is just like the horrors of war for 2 hours.
That was
And
a
you're like,
great movie.
I
It's
loved
incredible.
it.
He told me to watch it. I
It was
loved
fantastic.
it. Dude.
It's
And
a
it was
gr-
like, you're just like, yeah, this will never happen to me or any of my friends.
No.
Like, what a lucky
You don't
existence.
know that, dude. I think
Not me,
I do
dude.
think we're so lucky to live in this time, but I also think with what's going on in like the Pacific and what's going on in fucking Ukraine right now, I think they're kind of gearing up for a third world war. Like,
Maybe,
I
dude.
don't know that it's going to be fought with people on beaches. I think it's going to be like a lot of like, using a drone country like Ukraine to fucking wage war on Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think for better and for worse, we're like overly educated now, where I don't think as many young men would be pledging their existence to the state.
Well, they're having a hard time
purpose
with
of
enlisting
freedom.
right now. It's
Yeah.
like historic drops.
Well, people aren't people.
course.
So many less people feel that way now.
Yeah,
A lot
I mean-
more people are like anti-establishment or anti-war.
The
or whatever
fucking
it is.
the fervor behind World War II of like I gotta go to my country. It's
Yeah.
like
but
that
I
kind
do
of thing.
think that, like,
It was-
if
we
dude,
don't have as effective of propaganda as we
Yeah,
used
but
to.
and the war itself was much more righteous than anything that could be happening now.
I'll be honest, as a dumb guy, like if fucking a bunch of buildings went down in New York because of China,
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, I'm going to fucking China. Like literally, I'd be like, well, I'm
Yeah.
fucking doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
Oh,
I mean,
really?
That was
I'm gonna
9/11.
tell jokes.
Dude, if a bunch of buildings went down in New York as a China, I would be like, I'm moving to Idaho.
Yeah, I would just
be
go. I
like, I'm
guess
gonna
I
go
heard the Austin scene's really blowing up right now.
What's to do?
I guess I heard the Austin thing's really blowing up.
Fucking blow up my deli. What's I supposed to do?
Yeah, it was getting weird in New York, but
Nobody's gonna drone strike the Vulcan gas company.
I'm like,
Give me time.
I'm like the mothership looks cool.
That's so funny. you
Dude, the mothership
Yeah,
is so
enlisting.
armed and militant that like they'd resist a war.
Yeah,
Like,
we'd have our own.
crazy.
it's maybe the safest place on earth.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, when you're
dude.
there, there's so many men with weapons.
Yeah.
Navy SEALs in Austin PD.
And
like,
they
when
don't
you're,
know
like,
I'm one of
walking through the buildings. Yeah, you'll be like walking up to the green room and you just like pass by two Navy SEAls with
Yeah,
like,
dude,
guns on
fucking
their
bananas.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I want to go. I haven't gone yet.
They didn't have
It's
bananas.
badass.
I say that would be bananas, like crazy bananas.
It's like a David Lynch film. He like looks in his holster. There's a banana in it.
Yeah.
I have a banana. That's my David Lynch impression.
I love David Lynch.
He's the man.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think we're going to see a big war in our lifetime.
Not me. I'm not going to see it personally.
Going blind.
No, I mean, I'm not going to go.
No,
there.
you're not gonna go,
I'm not going to see it in person. I'll watch it on the internet.
People aren't going to want to enlist the way they used to, though. The propaganda is not as effective.
Dude, I feel
And-
like Ukraine was like almost a swing and miss at doing that. They're like, these poor Ukrainians, and then like 4 stories come
Dude.
out. They're like, there's 1,000 Nazis there. And you're like, okay, never mind.
I think it's Ukraine showed how easy it still is. Like most of the country, like they got tricked into. Like if you are liberal, you're like we have to defeat evil Russia. They're doing a horrible thing. It's like no, NATO backed them into a corner and told them they're not going to be on their front lawn, and now they're like considering it. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
like granted, like obviously in a perfect world, he's not invading another country. People aren't dying, but like. It's U.S. aggression. It's like all Western aggression. We're trying to like fuck over Russia and China and stay the top dog, and this is
Yeah.
like the game. It's
Yeah.
fucking Game of Thrones out there.
Yeah, so, but that's what I mean. Like, even you know that. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're a reasonably, at least centrist guy.
But I don't
see
think
you as-
many people share the opinion I do.
I don't know, dude. I mean,
And
there's
if they
tons
do, I
of
think
people.
they're like QAnon bros.
I don't know. There's tons
Do you
of
think
Trump
there's not a
people.
lot of like centrist people that are like, this is
Yeah,
the
dude,
result
I mean-
of years of warmongering?
I think on this particular situation, I think Western media has done a great job of like controlling the narrative and being like,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, every fucking week they approve like another $200 billion to send over.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
Yeah,
that's
most
just
people-
fucking. Yeah, I don't know.
Most
what
people
the
you meet
hell.
are one of two camps where they're either like full blue and yellow flag in their Twitter bio,
Yeah.
or they're like, Putin's the man, Trump's the man.
yeah, and it's like,
I'm enemy single.
yeah, and like neither of those things are the truth of it. It's just like it's
Like
like
somewhere in the middle.
dude, what the U.S. does, like, I'm not even saying this like the U.S. is so evil because
Yeah.
that's not what I believe, but it's like the way the world is set up. If some country pops up like in Africa and they elect leadership that doesn't want to work with us, like the CIA will go and topple that regime,
Right.
and will
Yeah.
bring in somebody who does. Because if we don't, China or Russia will. It's like
yeah.
that's just the nature of the way the fucking world.
Yeah, I mean, our
works now.
defense spending and foreign policy is completely centered around us remaining the top dog and basically
Yeah.
controlling the governments of as many countries as humanly possible.
It's
even if
all
it's
it
like
is.
indirect control.
Dude, and it goes back to like literally I've been reading about like even like if I think in Panama there was like a story that they wanted to like tax. They elected new leadership that wanted to like sort of like tax the banana plantations in the land. A lot of it was U.S. owned. Like so, we would just send the army over to fucking topple that. And they're like, we're keeping our bananas where they are.
I think I
Like,
heard about it. It's like
well,
the Chiquita Wars or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Like,
Have you heard what the? So have you heard about the president or prime minister, or whatever it is, of El Salvador? So this guy gets
locking up all the gangs?
Dude, he locks up.
I saw that,
He
yeah.
like the amount of people in prison like skyrockets.
super prison.
Yes.
Yeah, he just starts throwing everybody in jail, and their murder rate like instantly drops by 60%.
Yeah,
and his approval rating among Salvadorians is like 90%.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And
I wonder-
the narrative, like if you heard like a MSNBC anchor or whatever talk about him, the narrative is like it's a human rights violation. He's a neo-fascist authoritarian leader. I'm
Right.
like, the guy's like saved probably thousands of lives in his country and is beloved by the overwhelming vast majority of them. And you're like, this guy's like a fascist piece of shit. It's a human rights violation.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's locking up murderers.
But also like
Yeah, without evidence, though.
here's the
The
thing.
whole point of it was that like he he supercharged the system to be like, we don't have to look and make sure there's no innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah,
That's
but don't you think
fascistic.
like when you're that fucked as a country that like it's somewhat of a
that's what
necessary
always
evil?
happens with these countries?
But this is the thing
Yeah,
that
but isn't it better to have him? Isn't life in that country better if he's in office than not?
But I think the argument in an idealistic sense, I'm not saying it's not short term better, but it's like if you have a guy who wields that sort of power, it ends up bad.
Yeah, well,
the idea.
You guys are brushing up
Ideologically.
against like the unfortunate truth, which is like democracy does not work everywhere in a lot of countries and with a lot of cultures, and it's like look at once we remove Saddam, like a lot of these places just fucking fall apart.
Yeah,
You know what I
the
mean?
power
And, like,
vacuum stuff.
and Gaddafi and all these people, like those countries, like their lives are horrible, and then an authoritarian comes along who's like, I'm going to build schools, but I'm also going to fucking kill a bunch of people that probably shouldn't have been killed. For the average person, they're like, we can go to fucking school now?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But, and then at the same time, what the U.S. will step in and be like, all right, they're not really fucking with us. Let's destabilize this whole nation.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the whole game. Like, somebody told me when I was young, they were like, certain countries like that, they need a leader who puts their fucking foot on their neck because otherwise they won't thrive. Like, they won't exist. It'll be mayhem. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's insane. Like, that's crazy. But you get older and you kind of see how much countries get. And the game of it is like, how much is it other influence, like fucking these people over, like, and not really giving them a chance to do it,
Right.
Like what we do in like fucking Iran and Iraq and shit. But or how much of it is like, oh no, maybe some cultures like they need like an authoritarian in office. Like Putin has a huge approval rating.
They
Well,
They love
all
them.
these guys have huge approval ratings. I think they might have something to do with that. That's like the other thing I was thinking about El Salvador.
But Russians,
like,
I know,
who knows
like-
if the murder rate dropped. Who knows if the fucking approval
every
rate is
Russian
that
I've
high?
met, every legit Russian I've met loves Putin.
Yeah,
Really?
Every person from Russia who I've met loves Putin.
Oh, if they're older, like 30 and up, they love him. Even like maybe 40 and up, because like they saw what Russia used to look like when it collapsed and everything was crime. Like, my family left Russia because they were like
When the Soviet Union fell?
around. They left in '96.
That's 5 years after the Union fell.
Yeah, and he told my dad said like I left because where we grew up, the only way you could like have an income and do all right is you had to do it legally.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't want to have to teach my kids that.
Yeah.
So we got the fuck out of there.
Right.
And that's like that was the reality of it. And then Putin comes along and starts sending oligarchs to prison, amassing huge wealth, is just like a KGB agent that runs the country. But for the average person there, their life has gotten a lot better.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now the U.S. is like, well, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to sink your economy.
I met these two.
Which is fair enough.
I met
It's all
these
fair
two
play.
like 28-year-old Russian chicks when I was doing excuse me what in D.C. And not only did they both loved Putin, but they were like, he's sexy.
Yeah. I mean, he
They were
is.
like,
He's like riding a tiger and shit without a shirt.
shirtless.
He's very
Yeah.
strong.
He's very
powerful
strong.
man.
Have you seen him do
Strong,
like judo?
powerful
He
man.
fucking will fuck him
Yeah.
up.
He's hot.
He's a sexy guy. Dude, I met a Russian lady. I don't know who it was. Just like a friend of a friend. And she was talking to me, and she's like, I saw Louis C.K. walking down the street. I go, really? And she goes, yeah, I stopped and talked to him.
He's so sexy.
Yeah, really? I could see a lot of women finding him attractive.
She was like a young, hot Russian woman who was like, I just think Louis is so hot. He's so funny.
Dude, Louis would probably love that.
Yeah.
A young
I'm sure
Russian
he, I'm
chick that
sure
wants to
he
suck his
loved it
cock?
because she talked about, like, we talked. You seem so nice.
He probably loved
You know, every guy is like, he was a dick to me.
And then she was talking about, she's like, you know, she was like, Crystal is disgusting.
Yeah, she'd still fuck him
Disgusting
too.
what he did.
He has
Or-
no material.
But then she goes, well, in Russia, 16 is not the same as America 16.
They've got some opinions.
Yeah, she goes, America 16 is like a little girl. Russia 16, you have job, you have child.
The thing, it's a different culture,
She
man.
goes, you meet 22-year-old American talk like a 12-year-old Russian.
Dude, that's what it is. You're a Russian woman. Use third world logic to defend Crystal. LA Times, what do they know?
I know, it was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what a wild take.
sex with American 16 is not right.
Yeah, exactly.
Russian 16, no problem.
She's like,
but
she goes, in Russia, you go 16, 26. You go, whatever, it's fine. You know, she's not little girl. Here, she is little girl.
by the way, Christoph totally made this woman up to get this idea
I'm
out
wearing
there.
a babushka. You're not a dirty boy. You're normal.
I hope people don't think I sound like a fucking retard going off the funny just to be like God and Putin. And
Yeah, everyone
No,
was.
I thought that was good.
No, dude. I mean, it was not right or smart, but you didn't say anything worthwhile. But it was, it was something
waste
else.
of all our fucking time.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, you saying something not funny. That's a part of the course. All right. No.
All right, let's watch some really stupid clips. now that we
Okay,
got
and then
the
we'll get out of
genuine
here.
part out of the way.
This is this hurts my feelings right here. This first one.
All right.
Did they delete it for hate
Now
speech?
the world's
No.
largest sperm bank is saying thanks, but no thanks to one pool of potential donors, people with red hair.
it's a really
The problem
funny
is,
thing
given
to
the
say to somebody
choice,
holding
the
a cup
majority
of
women
cum.
would prefer
Thanks, but no thanks.
blonde or dark hair. This ginger rejection comes as some geneticists predict natural redheads could become extinct within 100 years.
I mean, what a slow news day.
Dude, you're going the way of the dodo, dude.
Dude, we're getting dodoed, and also no one wants our cum.
Dude, you're like a fucking beetle that no one's gonna
Yeah,
remember, dude.
I'm like-
You just see Christoph in the comments like, this is total bullshit. What am I going to do with all this cum?
I've been mailing my cum to different people. None of them have wanted it.
My girlfriend wants to fuck me and she wants to have kids, so we're gonna be around for as long as we want.
Doesn't help. My girlfriend's a ginger.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
dude, your kids are
We
gonna be
matching,
invisible,
bro.
They're gonna be invisible.
Yeah, they're gonna come out black.
It just goes the other way.
Yeah, it's like -1 times -1.
They're Vanta Black.
All right, that's my bad.
All right, what else we got?
What else we got, dude? Oh, this one's fun. That one's so crazy. I picked that one because I know Luke's gonna hate it.
All right, play this one first. Play this one.
Luke loved this one.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry to them because they kept pushing at it. So, and that's all I'd really like to
What
say.
about your use of the N-word?
I used that word because they forced me into it.
Do you see how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it.
Damn.
Dude, that's,
I forgot about that
Bro,
last part.
Dude, that's me at a rap concert. I use that word because they forced me into it.
Did you see the white girl who said it at Kendrick?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, she was. Come on,
She got forced into it.
she got bait and switched.
She got forced into it.
That's her 10 years later. I was Kendrick Lamar.
Dude, by the way, that woman
Friday.
is like most of the women that I grew up around.
Yeah, dude, me
Like,
too, dude.
Same look, same haircut.
That's a Tampa 60-year-old.
You try singing Mad City without dropping an N-bomb.
If Pyros and Crips all got along.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
Dude, yeah. She's just trying to listen to that Aldine song. That's what she was listening to right before she fucking yelled about this.
All right, let's watch this fucking third
Let's
one.
watch this. This is Luke's favorite kind of stuff.
Pour the wine, his last name is mine. Hakuna Moscato. What? How low can you go? Hit me, baby, one more
It'd be
wine.
funny if, like, in the back you see, like, Auschwitz.
Just a plane crashing and exploding.
Wind down.
Oh, God.
I make poor decisions.
Dude, I
Do
wish
you get
this
it?
was- I get it.
Luke, do you get the shirts?
Yeah, I really wish this was the field that the 9/11 jet went down.
They're outside the Pentagon.
They're about to get carpet bombed.
This is the one that was headed for the Capitol. It just lands on this woman's head.
Isn't it a bummer that just like most of the country is like people who are just thrilled with themselves?
White women are really disgusting.
The top comment is scared.
Nightmare blood rotation.
All right, let's think of a
It's so
pun.
millennial.
Let's think of.
You got to think of one?
Think of a booze pun. If you had to make a T-shirt,
Yeah,
like
what would it
that.
be?
Wine comp.
There we go. I don't think we're topping that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, dude. Wine comp. Dude, we should make that the shirt.
Wine comp.
We should get wine
We should have
comp.
wine comp.
It's in this goofy ass
Dude,
font.
that would be so
Wine
funny.
comp.
That would be great.
It's like a cutesy, like pouting Hitler
Yeah, it's
with
like
a glass
live, laugh,
of Pinot
love.
Grigio.
Yeah, that's
It's like wine comp.
wine comp.
I'm glad I asked.
Oh man!
All right, let's get Lev out of here.
Thanks for
Lev,
coming on the pod,
Thank
dude.
you for
You're
coming on the
great.
podcast.
Anytime,
that was
yeah,
so
man.
fun.
Anytime.
Well, listen to his show, the Lev Fer Show, Gas
Yes.
Digital, YouTube, wherever you get podcasts. It's a great show. We've both been on it. I'm going to be on it
Next week.
Yeah, next
Hell
week.
yeah.
It's
We'll see you
a
there.
very fun show. You got any dates you want to plug or anything like that?
When is this coming out?
Monday.
Next Monday.
Next Monday. So this week, come out to the stand Thursday night, 10 o'clock. We have a very fun show. We got Mark Normand and a bunch of killers. 10 o'clock at the
Nice,
stand.
dude.
That'll be fun. A lot of new jokes. So come out.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
Thursday, 10 o'clock at the stand. See the man. He's very funny.
And please follow me on Instagram for the love of
Yeah.
God. LEVFER. It's looking rough over there.
At Lev Fer on Instagram.
Yeah. And that's it. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
thanks
course.
for being on
buddy.
the show, dude.
And as always, thank you, boys, for joining us. We love you. Shout out to the Weaklings. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, the whole nine. Share it with your friends. That's the big thing, bros. Share it with your
Share it with
friends.
your friends.
Just have more people find out about it, okay? We love you. We'll see you next week.
Gang, gang.